Thank you. Honorable speakers, ladies and gentlemen, ardent seekers of truth and permanent happiness. That is what is the purpose of holistic science. I would like to bring out where does this holistic science factor or understanding or vision come about. So, we all been talking about belief what we have brought along with us. So, whatever circumstances that I come across, those circumstances I have brought along with me. Many times I say, why it's me. So those are the bunch of circumstances based on which I am born in a family. I am born in a family where they follow a certain religion, follow a belief. This I cannot change. Somehow, the truth lies that in the core, in this center, every religion is perfect. But in the core, in this center, outside, as Dr. Singh has said, you will find some 1 electron or 7 electron or combination of that, which is very common. Inside is perfect. Inside is holistic. That is what we want to bring it out, that no one is wrong. Everyone is talking about the same. But how will we take care of the abnormalities what we have got along with us? And that is where the holistic science will help us correct ourselves and get connected to everyone. You're talking about love, universal brotherhood, godly love, but that means I am one with everyone. But how will I experience that oneness without understanding, knowing and perceiving, observing myself? If I don't see that commonness in everyone, how can I experience that oneness? So we will just look at the aspect what we are going to talk about. That's my topic today. Whether we live to eat or eat to live. What is your experience? If I tell about my experience, then even I am full, and if I come across something which I like, I just dump it down. I don't think so you people do like that. Probably you are wise. But I find that I have also seen that I had finished my meal and I had to visit someone, but they had prepared something wonderful, which I relished. And I have eaten again. So here we want to draw a line. What is that brings me or I come across those circumstances? In relation to food, the food I come across is what I have brought along with me. Today, I have that power of discretion whether to take that or no. For example, outside we have so many things, but we don't take everything. So I have the discretion power. further. Who eats? The body inside has those molecules, those traits which I have carried along with me, which makes me eat that stuff. Who is the enjoyer? Who relishes? I, ego. Who has the belief that this is good? So that's how the factor of, I will not say suffering, but one who relishes the food, relishes or enjoys the circumstances, or suffers in the circumstances, suffers in the situation. And if you see the whole drama, is it possible if there was no light sparkle within me? Was it possible for me to act or do anything without the life within me? Here we want to highlight the knower, the perceiver, the God element which is there within all of us, which is in the center, and we need to know that it's like the light. If the light goes off, what are we going to do? Go back home. Sorry for all the inconvenience, and sorry we cannot do anything. So here, the circumstances, the one who eats, who relishes the circumstances, where the transaction takes place, and the one who suffers or relishes. The happening part is different, and one who relishes is different. And in the presence of that ultimate knower, God, that the whole drama takes place. That inner understanding with which I will become perfect, like sodium and chloride, if they are together, if you marry sodium and chloride, then they become perfect. But principally, sodium is also perfect, and chlorine is also perfect. But for sodium to become perfect, it has to get rid of that one electron. And if chlorine has to become perfect, it has to get rid of those 7 electrons. These are the abnormalities what we have gathered, individuals. And probably we marry so that we take care of each other, like how sodium is gladly given 1 electron, chlorine has accepted that electron, and we get together. But truly, everyone is complete. Truly, everyone is perfect, everyone is one. One is complete. Now let us go, based on this, we will understand the food aspect of our life. Oh, that's okay. Holistic science is metaphysical science. Inside, everyone is same. And based on what I have projected, I have brought all those material with me. But what is in essence, everyone has mind, everyone has speech, everyone has body, everyone has intellect, everyone has wandering consciousness, what we call as reflective consciousness, and everyone has egoism, the troublemaker. He is the representative of the God inside. So if he becomes wise, which holistic science teaches us how we can change ourselves. It is only the projection of egoism that it will result into our being. And holistic, why we say holistic? Because you have answers to every question. Holistic means complete. Yeah, even Dr. Mehta brought it out. Holistic scientists never want to insist, do this, don't do this. But because of the completeness of the science, the holistic scientist says, this is what is good, this is what is bad. These are the effects of doing this, these are the effects of doing that. So it is left to us. If we accept it, if we feel that it is beneficial to us, we can go ahead with it. Here, the holistic scientist proves himself to be 100% impartial, but he is complete within himself. That is why he brings out the principle of life. Regarding food, this philosopher has said very generously, and he has said very wisely, you may consider yourself happy when the food that you eat is also your medicine. Just imagine if every one of us considered food as medicine, many of the stuff we won't be eating. But still, because we relish, we just dump it down. We take three things from outside. Alien, we can say, air, water, and food. Air, as far as we know, is probably safe and clear, same way water. But the food aspect is a question mark. The food that we come across is based on my previous projection only. But through the discretion, the right understanding what I have today, I will choose my food and I eat. But that also is part of that belief. And that's how I relish, that's how it reflects on my being. There is a wonderful saying, food, with the right choice of food, one begins his spiritual journey. And the finality of spirituality is that you become 100% aware of what foodstuff you need to take so that you supplement what is lacking inside. Today we cannot see that, we don't understand that also. We are simply driven by our tongue. We like it and we eat it. Not that we need it and we eat it. So finality, but this is finality in the sense when our perceiving power becomes 100% perfect, then we know what is lacking inside, and that's how we take that, we consume that, and that's how it will help me remain healthy, truly.
Can everybody here in the back?
Another principle, this is just a highlight. Water has direct effect on our speech. Someone may question that. But, you know, there were settlements in history around riverbanks only. And they were identified by those riverbanks. And those people who were there residing or who hailed from that civilization, they had specific qualities. So that's how water plays its part. Same way, food, whatever we eat, when it gets metabolized, whatever is the ingredient inside, it initiates our mind. That's how we get those thoughts. And based on thinking, what we think, that's how we live our life. It's like we can say, if I would not have thought like this, I would not have done like that. But why at all did I get those thoughts? Also, I have so many thoughts, but I don't act every time as per the thought. I have the discretion power. That, no, I won't be doing that. No, I can do that. So here lies, it's like if I have eaten certain kind of stuff, which initiates those weird or wild thoughts. It's like handling, I come across an animal, a wild animal, and I'm not able to manage. That's how we come across. If certain kind of food stuff is eaten, you know, we become so much upset. It's like a suffocation what we come or pass through. And only after the effect of that food stuff is relieved, we feel freedom. Further. is our mind. The belief, what we have gathered, based on those beliefs, when I come across those foodstuff, I'll consume that. And I am not seeing what is lacking inside or what I need inside. But just because of that mind, the thought, I consume that. What happens? Because my mind is full of vices. What are those vices? Anger, pride, possessiveness, greed, likes, dislikes. And based on that is my outward living. This is mind who have wild desires, and based on that we consume those unnatural food. And that's how we become sick. When we free ourselves from all those opinions, separated from our mind, that is where Dr. Mehta talked about realizing yourself as separate from body, separate from mind, that you are able to know, observe, understand your mind, your thinking, so you know what would be the effect of those thoughts, whatever I do. So based on that, I become totally free from opinion. There are what is called the 9 code of conduct written at the bottom. It's a kind of prayer which everyone can do. It was given by the holistic scientist, and it encompasses this is how it looks like. It's a folder, and you can evaluate that it covers most of the aspects of our life. And if we resolve to live as per these 9 code of conduct, just imagine what would be the kind of our life. So it's like making ourselves perfect outside, getting rid of that 1 electron and getting rid of those 7 electrons, making it 8 complete. What is the science of food and spirituality? See, as we talk about, we come across those food as per our karmic traits. Our spirituality begins with the right choice of food, so that our physical being will not become all that aggressive, it will be helpful to us. And further, and because, see, it's like, because everyone eats as per his karmic causes, you can't blame anyone. And if you want to come out of it, understand this science. We have to understand what would be the effect of foodstuff I eat. I cannot say, never mind, I can eat anything. No. For example, if a lion is hungry, he is in the grassland. It's all covered with grass. Is the lion going to eat even a speck of the grass? He won't even look at the grass. There is no food. Won't he say like that? And if a goat is hungry and surrounded by meat, she will say, oh, no food, what to do? Why is it so? Food is there. So there is connection inside. Here we have to understand. So we have to eat the right stuff, because that's how we will be able to grow spiritually. Spiritually means everyone wants to be perfect, everyone wants to be happy, everyone wants to be blissful. Another aspect of our body, it's like, why at all do we get disease? As per Ayurveda, we have nerves. They originate from our mind and they reach all our organs. If these nerves are under pressure, just imagine, do we abuse our posture? Walk like this, walk like this. We don't sleep properly, we don't sit properly. like, that is the reason, whatever is the nature of our egoism, it gets reflected on our being. So one who is knowledgeable about studying human body, just by looking at the person, they can understand how the person would be. Further, even if they know their stars, astronomical study, they can know how the person would be. Like they say, if you're born on such a date, you would be having these kind of traits, and so on. What we want to highlight, that when these nerves are under pressure, the organs which these nerves control, they fail to function adequately, due to which we fall sick. If that correction is done, which is possible through Ayurveda, it is said Ayurveda reaches and corrects the cause of the disease, and allopathy, what is a modern method of curing disease, they give the medicines based on, they treat the patients based on symptomatic information. It is not wrong. Everything is correct in its place. But Ayurveda has solution. It can eliminate the cause, it can eliminate the effect. But because it is time consuming, we become impatient and we don't want to do that. But that's one very good information, that Ayurveda can eliminate the causes. It doesn't mean this allopathy is wrong. Under certain conditions, it is definitely helpful. But if you want a permanent solution, there lies the solution. There are these major ones. They say that it passes through our spinal column. One is on the right side, one is on the left side, and one is in the center. So, if we have to improve our blood circulation, after food, if you sleep on the left side, your right nostril become operational. So they say that the right side nerve, when it is awakened, it improves or forces the blood circulation in the body. And if the left side nerve is awakened by sleeping on the right side, these are the solutions given in Ayurveda. And we have a lot if you go to the Google, just for information. So, when our body becomes perfect, that 8 electrons become perfect, then the center nerve gets awakened and it helps us remain peaceful, blissful, happy, irrespective of circumstances what we come across. This is related to food. The reason is, whatever we eat, it affects these nerves. So we have to eat the right thing so that we remain healthy. Again, out of ignorance of how or what food stuff is going to affect me, how I unknowingly eat, and due to which I don't balance what is needed inside. The effect is I further aggravate my problem and I fall sick. So this is to be considered. If our body is perfect, it is said in a perfect body, the knower inside, the perceiver inside opens out 100% perfect. That is why all the great people, they were perfect. So finally, that right understanding comes and we experience that perfection. It is identified that food stuff has 6 tastes. Bitter, we never like, but that acts as antibiotic in our body. Then pungent, it opens our subtle understanding. Then also, so it's like all these 6 states need to be taken in balance, and any imbalance in any of these states will create a disease accordingly. So one who understands these, he will try to balance our body, because when they touch like this, they can know what is happening inside, what is the problem inside, what is lacking inside. And based on that, they give us medicine, and that's how they correct the body precisely. Similarly, astringent, it helps movement in the body of the food stuff. So every taste has a specific function, and based on that function, if that food stuff is eaten, we will always remain healthy. So these are the examples that the elements the body is made up of, and how the taste, they help us maintain that element within our body. These are some details. I don't want to go into those details, but you can get my presentation. A word of appreciation I would like to give. He is Dr. K.L. Sheshagiri Rao, who identified his movement as holistic. He was chief editor of the Encyclopedia of Hinduism, which was released last year in 18 volumes. And it was our holistic team who further changed the name or identified as inner science, because it was from inside. Home food versus processed outside food. As far as possible, we eat homemade food because everything is taken care nicely. But if you cannot eat anything, or there are no possibilities that you can eat at home, prepare at home, and you are not left with nothing but you have to eat outside, have your own proper choice so that you take care of yourself better. Cancer, which is very common today, is bodily disease. Anything related to body has direct connection with our food. So if right food stuff is consumed, then even we can take care of cancer. Some of the tips to have good food habits. Always eat warm, and see that the food has the space element. It's very important. If the space element is lacking, the foodstuff will not move. It will lead to constipation. Constipation leads to too many diseases. Never use aluminum vessel. Drink water in sips only, like how the dog and the cat, you know how they drink water? We drink water like this, empty out the whole, maybe bottle or so, which is not needed. The reason is our saliva is very important. The saliva inside maintains the pH of our body, and if that is taken care, we will never fall sick. The problem of acidity and problem of ulcer is because of this. So, someone who has this acidity problem, in the morning, if he drinks water, just small glass of warm water, it will take care of his acidity easily. The solution is inside, but if we don't do proper what it is shown and told us, that's why we fall sick. Cold water everyone likes. Very important information. The stomach temperature is 45 degrees inside. So, it never wants to get cold. It's like if a vessel, you're preparing food and the vessel is cold, and if you put it inside, what's going to happen? It will get stuck. So, if you want cold water, ice cream, it's good. But see that when it leaves your throat, it is warm enough. Food that is easily digestible. We will know that because after our lunch session, if some people are dozing, that means they have eaten little more. Little more. But if you eat in proper proportion, you will remain alert. Cooking in other methods, there are certain very ancient things, but it is not possible. But as far as possible, avoid microwave and pressure cooker. There are methods how will you cook food, but then if you follow this just for test purpose also, you will start relishing your food. Drink water as per your thirst. Saliva we talked about. Brushing teeth at night is very important. So that morning saliva, because we feel that if you haven't brushed in the night, oh, you need to brush your teeth before putting anything in your mouth. So it's like when we clean the vessels at night, in the morning we never wash the vessel again for use. We immediately straight away use it. So this is how we can make the best of the saliva. It's very good for our eyes and skin. One good thing, if possible, what if we don't have any weekend holidays? Our mind will become crazy. We all know that. That's why we give a break. So, to our tummy also, at least give 1 meal break every week. You will find a great difference in your health. Oh, we talked about that. Always eat seasonal vegetables of the region. It has a lot of sense in it, because that's how it will keep you healthy. Coconut oil is good for antifungal properties. There is so much of information, but as we understand, we can keep following. Always eat freshly cooked food as far as possible, but we have a big fridge and we can keep things maybe for months together. But be careful. Even if you think that by freezing the food, its quality doesn't change before eating, you eat it properly. It's important. The disease begins in our digestive system only. So if we have taken care of food adequately, we will always remain healthy. Remember, there is one very important aspect of our food. The taste buds are only on our tongue. There is no way to identify what is inside. So when we are eating, take your time and eat with mindfulness. So what is being eaten, take the taste, enjoy the taste, relish the taste, and let it go. Let it take its time. But if you eat hurriedly, then if it is not known here, it will never be known anywhere inside. So the digestion of that particular foodstuff will never be perfect. And that's how the basic problem of our health is indigestion. So that, and if we eat properly, 50% of our digestion of the food will take place in our mouth itself. Our saliva is that powerful. And the rest of it will remain easy, so no burden in our tummy. We'll remain alert, watchful. That's how our life should be. While eating, no TV, no phone call, no talking, no walking, which we see very common, isn't it? So, as far as possible, avoid. Unless there is an emergency, you need to attend your telephone. If you are eating, you can always take a break, take some time, and be watchful of what is being eaten. All the obesity we all know is only excess food. One indication is given that if you are hungry, the foodstuff part only take 2 parts of that food. So it's like, if I'm hungry, I think that I can eat 100 grams, then I should eat only 50 grams. Keep 25 grams space for water and 25 grams space for air. This will keep, it's like even after having our meal, the indication is, if someone tells, come on, let's have something, you say, oh, I'm done. That should not happen. You should be able to eat another meal. That is the indication. So you will never feel sleepy, you will never feel drowsy, and it will help. Another indication is given like breakfast should be wonderful. Simply breakfast you should have. Your lunch should be lighter and dinner should be lightest. But our lifestyle is such we are not able to follow this. But at least we can keep in our mind that the holistic vision or that which will keep us healthy indicates this should be our lifestyle. We don't say start following now, but if it is there in our understanding, if the belief changes, our behavior will change naturally. Remember, the sign of good health, there's another indication. The last one, the sign of good health is if you are sitting down, if you are able to get up without taking any support, you are healthy. It's difficult for many people. It's difficult for me also. Previously it was possible, now it's not. A little further, we can time? Okay. Our body is basically type, we have Vata, Pitta and Kapha. So if you eat stuff according to your need, then you will remain healthy. But this needs to be known only by someone, or we can tell us someone who knows about this, who can measure this based on our testing here. I'll just skip that. I would like to highlight over here that such a holistic science is not possible without a living holistic scientist. The holistic scientist through whom this movement started, known as Tata Bhagwan. And today we have His Divine Holiness Kanu Dadadi, who is here in California, but which is ailing back. He's not going everywhere, otherwise he would have been here. He's the living holistic scientist today. This is the founder of holistic scientist, our founder master, and he is today holistic master. From his appearance, he doesn't look like, but academically he's a civil engineer. He had a great opportunity to spend a lot of time with his master, and we lesser mortals, I would say, whatever best we could spend time and understand from him, that's how we could come and tell you something about that. So he says like this, we are one. We will remain one. Thanks a lot.